Hi class, this is Jerry Jankowski. I want to present this video of one of my PowerPoint lectures to go over how to start your packaging redesign. And I've selected my product that I want to redesign, and I'll show you what I do. All right. So here we go, packaging redesign, research, inspiration, and design. Okay, start all design projects with research. You really should know what came before and think about what you are designing for. Check out what's already on the shelves, all right? See what's in the stores. Determine who your buyers are. That's what's normally called your target market or your demographic. Who's going to buy your product? And buy the item you're going to redesign. With packaging, it is physical. So buy the actual carton, okay? It's really, in packaging, we call them cartons, not boxes. So buy that carton, buy that, whatever it is, cookies, pasta, whatever you have in the store, okay? What you're going to do is once you get it, you're going to measure the front panel. That's called the PDP. It's the Principle Display Panel. It's the most important panel on your box. If you don't inform the buyer that what you're selling, and you don't entice them to pick that package off the shelf, you're not going to make your sale. All right? If you're the company, you're part owner or in charge of sales, and your product doesn't move, a lot of grocery stores will simply get rid of it. They'll dump it. That area on the grocery shelves is very tight and it's very precious. So write down all the verbiage on the front of your PDP, write down the name of the product, the descriptions, and make all of that stuff. Even make notes. I think I'm going to use a photograph. I think I'm going to use an illustration. All right? Then put your store-bought package away. I can't impress this more. Don't copy what's on the PDP. You are redesigning it. You are not copying it. All right? So with my particular, I call it a box, it really should be carton, to redesign, I'm going to be doing the Belvita. All right? And here's a photograph of the store where I went shopping, just to get kind of an idea of what's all on these PDPs, these front panels of crackers and cookies. All right, a lot of different colors. I see a lot of reds, which is typical grocery store packaging colors. Also blues. Inspiration. I'm going to show you packaging that I found online that I like. I'm going to go with the whimsical style for my Belvita. And I personally like the simple childlike illustrations that you see in Japan and European packaging. Not as popular here in the United States, but I particularly like this style, and it's becoming more prominent. You see it more in the United States. So start a folder, create a folder, and put all your inspiration designs in it. And if you're doing cookies, it doesn't have to be just cookies. Pick some other products that you just get inspiration from. So here's some more. Night food, pickles for two. Here's a brand. I'm not quite sure what the language is here, but the illustrations are really interesting. They're out there. Here we go, mango chips, durian chips. They're using a little character. Ask yourself, do I have to have a photograph of my product on the front? There's something called potluck for potting. Probably it's small. It looks like for herbs. Oops. There we go. These are matches. It's not even packaging. It's matches. Matches are not packaging. They are a product, but not technically packaging. These are all Japanese, and I love the Japanese style. So simple. And here is, this looks like a student project because I can actually see in the mock-up a little bit here of the white where it wasn't creased quite properly or touched up. Doesn't matter. Great logo, Jupiter, full line of, this isn't a food product, it's tape and it looks like color pencils here and some other stuff. Okay, design. When you show a client ideas, and think of me as a client, think of me as the art director, always have 3 to 4 good comps. And comps mean initial designs. That's what a comp is. So it can be a little loose, it can be a little rough, it doesn't matter. Create a new document in Adobe Illustrator and set up your front panel on one artboard. You get those measurements from your actual carton that you bought in the store. Okay? In your front carton panel, place the most important text items on it. So here I went, Belvita breakfast, toasted coconut, natural flavors, breakfast biscuits. Again, I might have mentioned this in some other lectures. Biscuits is a term the British use for cookies. Americans wouldn't use biscuit, it means something else, but there's a little bit of a holdover in international foods where they still use the word biscuit. I believe the biscuits in England mean cookies and crackers, all right? So here we go, I'm exploring different fonts. I'm going to go with the whimsical style, so I'm playing around with some fun stuff. So I really liked this one here on the left and this one here underneath it. And these are just colors of what's on the right are colors of what's on the left. So this Belvita I picked and I made it red. Now, what I did is I took the type, I went up to the menu and under fonts, I outlined it, which, as you know from other lectures, is not really outlining. It's just making all the letters individual shapes. Then you can actually really play with it. Now, for my video on this, I'm layering of this type, making it thicker and layering it. It's right here if you want to go to it. So this is one of my YouTube videos. This is a really nice way to bump up your type. Make it more layered, make it more 3D. It's really a fun way of doing it. Okay, I want to do an illustration that works very well with whimsical style. The ones you see on top are not mine. These are ones that I found that I think are fun. I really like these, just through Googling, okay? Now these are not mine, so I cannot use these. These are just for inspiration, and this guy below, he's mine, okay? Haven't finished the hands, haven't finished a lot of things. I'm just getting the general look down. All right? Here we go. I looked up Belvita. I thought actually it might be Spanish or Italian, and it's not. No, actually I thought it was French or Spanish. It is Italian. So I decided to continue to include that theme in any graphics that I put on here. Don't overdo it, but make sure that I have that theme about. Here we go. So I'm going from here. I'm adding some more text. I also photographed the actual product and I put it in this basket. Remember, the theme is whimsical. Go whimsical. Push it. Do stuff that's fun. Notice I put the Belvita on an angle. I decided that would make it more lively. Here are some interesting features. Toasted coconut, natural flavors. That's what's going to influence and attract the buyer to your product if they're interested. If they don't like coconut, well, they're gone, okay? But so what? Most people do like coconut. All right? Let's keep going here. All right, I decided to put a background in. The background, okay, it continues to add on and layer that quality and the nuances of Italian. So I also did a illustration in the background, which is not, I should say I placed an illustration in the background. This is not mine, but I'm not going to use it as my primary illustration. And if you were working for a actual company and you had a client, if they like this illustration, you could purchase it from the agency that was selling it, that I downloaded, okay? You can't use illustrations that are not yours, all right? So here we go, Belvita breakfast biscuits. Let's look at my last slide, and here it is. So here we go from this. I moved up toasted coconut and natural flavors, and then I put per pack 230 calories and 20 grams of whole grain per 50 grams.